Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and today's video is going to be a gear upgrade guide, but this time with a little bit of a twist. Now, I have made other DPS guides talking about what upgrades to buy to improve your DPS, but I get a lot of comments saying how a lot of the items that I recommend are pretty expensive and that you can't afford them. Well, this guide is going to be focused around gear upgrades that cost absolutely no GP. Now, these upgrades may require things like achievement diaries, minigames, skills, or quests, but they will not require you to shell out tons of GP to get them. So if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to smash that like button below for your old pal Nuz, and let's get right into the first item of the video. Alright, so the first item that we're going to be talking about in today's video is one that I didn't even know existed before I researched for this video, and boy did this item blow my mind. So this item is the Spirit Cape, which is a reward from Dungeoneering. Now the Spirit Cape costs 45,000 Dungeoneering tokens, and it requires level 50 defense, summoning, and Dungeoneering to equip. Now after you purchase the cape, it will grant you a passive effect, which this is huge, a passive effect which I had no clue about, and I really had to go and buy this for myself. Now the passive effect that this cape grants is it makes special move cost for all summoning familiars permanently reduced by 20%. Now this is amazing for people using something like a Ripper Demon, as without using spiritual prayer potions, you will deal more DPS before your Ripper Demon runs out of special attack. And if you're somebody that uses spiritual prayer potions a lot, you will save a good amount of money on them, as your special attack scrolls will cost less percentage to use. Now this is honestly a no-brainer. It's cheap in terms of Dungeoneering tokens, it has little to no requirements, and it unlocks a passive effect. So you can just shove the cape in your bank or cape rack in your house and just forget about it and enjoy the nice passive effect. I would absolutely get this as soon as possible if you have the Dungeoneering tokens and levels available. So next we're going to look at the Asylum's Surgeon's Ring. Now the Asylum Surgeon's Ring is a reward from completing the Broken Home quest in under 37 minutes after the initial completion of the quest, as well as all the other challenges beforehand. Now you will also need level 85 defense to wear this ring. I'll link in the description more details on how you specifically get this ring, and what this ring does is it does grant you 10% chance to prevent adrenaline loss when using threshold abilities, and also a 40% chance of saving 25% of a special attack's original cost. The ring also has plus 21 to all style bonuses, making it an all-around great option and really cheap, essentially free. It's essentially better than the Ring of Death if you don't care about death costs, as its style bonus is only a little bit lower than the Ring of Death, and the special effect makes it more than worth it to use. Now I recommend the Asylum Surgeon's Ring to any PVMer that doesn't have a Ring of Death or doesn't primarily camp their Ring of Death, as this is absolutely free if you just do the quests and the challenges, and it's just all around a great item to use for PVM. So next on our list is going to be something that I've preached throughout a lot of my videos, but it is the Berserker Auras. Now I'm talking about Reckless, Maniacal, and Berserker. These auras are absolutely free, and they can be unlocked from War's Wares in War's Retreat for 25,000 marks of war each. Of course, you need to gain these marks of war by bossing first, but once you have them, these should be absolutely the first things you buy. These auras are super overpowered and are well worth using at almost all PVM. I basically use Berserker Auras at basically every PVM scenario I go to, except maybe the lower level bosses. What they do is they boost your attack, strength, magic, or range levels by 10%, and they reduce your defense by 15%. Now, while you take a little bit more damage, the DPS and accuracy increase is super overpowered and well worth it. If you're planning on doing any high level PVM or even mid level PVM, these auras are a must get. I cannot stress that enough. You don't know how many people I see doing high level PVM or mid level PVM with just the worst auras, while these are super overpowered. I will leave a link in the description if you want to read more about them as well. The next item we're going to be talking about is the Fight Kiln capes. Now these are capes gotten from beating the Fight Kiln. There's one for melee, magic, and ranged. Now like I said, these require the completion of the Fight Kiln, and now while many people are scared of doing the Fight Kiln, it's definitely not as hard as it looks, and I will link a guide in the description if you guys want to go do it. Now these capes are rewards for completing a run and are given out depending on what style you use. Now these capes are the best in slot cape bonuses in the entire game, and they're absolutely free. It's not often that you can get a best in slot gear upgrade without having to shell out tons of GP. So if you're someone looking to make some upgrades for cheap, doing the Fight Kiln and getting all these capes for all your styles is going to be an absolutely huge upgrade for almost no cost except the supplies you use doing the kiln, which won't be that much. Now these capes all offer a 33.5 style bonus in each style, making them, like I said before, best in slot. I highly recommend to anyone who doesn't have these for all their styles to go knock them out, and then you can cross off a best in slot upgrade off your list for absolutely free. Now we're going to be looking at the Ring of Vigour. Now the Ring of Vigour is a dungeoneering item that costs 50,000 dungeoneering tokens, and it requires level 60 to attack and dungeoneering. Now when a Ring of Vigour is worn, it makes it so that when an ultimate ability is used, adrenaline will be reduced by 90% instead of 100%, and when a weapon special attack is used, it only requires 90% of the normally required adrenaline or special attack energy. This is a ring that I bring with me absolutely everywhere, and you should too. It's great for switching to when you use an ultimate ability like Sunshine, Berserk, or Death Swiftness, as it saves you an extra 10% adrenaline, thus increasing your DPS. And it also is great to equip when using special attacks, it will make them cost less as well. Not to mention that the stats are not too bad, sitting at plus 12 to each combat style. And it doesn't cost too much dungeoneering tokens to get either. This is a staple item to absolutely every PVM preset that I have. I don't think there is a single boss that I don't take this ring to, so safe to say it is an amazing upgrade to get for no GP cost. Now finally, we are coming to our last upgrade, and this upgrade is more of an honorable mention as it will be quite tough for some people to get, but it's as free as it gets and it's a passive upgrade. And that upgrade is the Reaper Crew upgrade. Now basically, the Reaper Crew is an achievement that requires the player to kill every boss in Runescape once. Now once you unlock this, you get a permanent passive unlock, plus 2 prayer bonus, plus 20 armor, plus 200 life points, plus 12 melee, ranged, and magic damages bonus, which is really good as it doesn't require you to wear any item, and it's just a passive effect. Now, while this upgrade is hard, I know a lot of you maybe only have a few bosses left that you need to kill before you get this achievement and upgrade, which is why I wanted to mention it to encourage you to make it a goal. It doesn't mean you have to kill every boss yourself, as it will count if you do bosses in groups, masses, and of course solo. While this is hard to get, like I said, it's essentially no cost, which is why I thought I'd mention it here at the end of the video. And I always like to encourage you guys to try different types of PVM or bosses that you haven't done before, and just strive to get better at PVM. You can do it. So go on and get some of those upgrades and go and try a new boss that you've never done before. You might just surprise yourself with the results. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Make sure to leave a like for more videos like this and subscribe for a ton more RuneScape 3 content. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.